Welcome to the first ever Amazon Flex Veteran versus Newbie Challenge. For the purpose of this video, I will be considered the veteran, and my good friend and fellow YouTuber Irina is going to be considered as the newbie because she has never done this before. Today we will see if experience plays a role on whether or not you can make more money doing Amazon Flex. And now, let the games begin. Good morning to everyone who's already liked this video. In order for us to win this challenge today, I can't embarrass myself. I've done this for a long time. Just like I told you guys, we are doing this challenge today with my good friend Irina. She has never done Amazon Flex before. So technically, I'm supposed to have an advantage. Will I have an advantage? I don't know. Knowing myself, luck is definitely not on my side. And I'm actually picking up packages today from Whole Foods. And if any of you guys are going to be interested to see her side of the story, like what she's experiencing today with Amazon Flex and how much she makes, go check out her video. I'm actually going to link it down in the description below. And I also do want to mention that we are starting off this collab at different times. I think her first shift starts at 9:30 and mine just started now at 8:30. And I just arrived at Whole Foods and I already got my delivery stops. And today I only have one stop. So I'm gonna go pick up those 8 packages, I'm gonna load them up and I'm gonna go deliver them. And I guess that's gonna be my first shift of the day and hopefully we can get some more. I will be honest, it is a little bit of a bummer that I only got one stop because, as I told you guys many times, the more stops, the more tips. I only have one stop, it is 8 packages, so I'm gonna hope that they're gonna give me at least maybe $5 or $10 tip, but we'll see. I'll be happy with anything. I think it's worth mentioning that since it was Irina's first day doing Amazon Flex, she was able to schedule a few shifts ahead of time. I, on the other hand, was only able to schedule one ahead of time, so that meant I would have to schedule a few shifts the day of. And for those of you that don't know, scheduling shifts the day of is sometimes very, very difficult, just because there's a lot of competition going on. Perfect. Everything's picked up. Now all we gotta do is go deliver it because we only have one stop. Let's go. Just like that, this shift has been completed. And I think this is probably a record. I know I've said I've had prior records before, but it has been 24 minutes since my shift has started and I'm technically done with my 2-hour shift. Yes, this is kind of an exception because I only have one stop, but a shift is a shift. And now that I'm done with my shift, I'm gonna head over to the same location where Irina is actually gonna be picking up her packages. And since it's her first time, I'm just gonna maybe show her around if I actually get there on time. So let's get going and hopefully we'll be able to catch another shift here soon.
I don't know where I'm at. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
My shift hasn't even started and I'm already like a mess. I pulled in and I just see a bunch of parking spaces, but I'm not sure like where I'm supposed to be. Like I'm here, I just don't know where to go. Are you the Prius?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, just follow me.
I would be lying to you guys if I told you guys that I'm not just slightly intimidated right now. Reason why? Well, I just showed up to the warehouse where Irina, who I'm collabing for this video, is picking up her packages. And my shift was just one stop and 8 packages. And again, reminder, the more stops, the more tips. And she got 6 stops. Might be just slightly intimidated. So I'm gonna have some catching up to do. She's actually right there behind me, loading all of them up. And my hope is that I don't embarrass myself because I did start earlier and she started later. And so if she earns more than me, that's not gonna be good. For those of you who don't know me, I'm very competitive. I don't like to lose, but I can't be a sore loser. So if I lose, I lose, but I'm really hesitant on saying that I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose, I'm gonna win. Just refreshing, hoping to get another shift. It's been pretty slow. I actually actually, I did pick up a shift. The shift that I ended up picking up was actually a 3-hour block from one of the warehouses, actually out in Fairview. I think that one's actually closer to my house. Picked it up, the 3-hour one, it's from 3 to 6 and they're paying $105. So that means I still have from 11 to about 2 o'clock where I can pick up a shift and maybe make some more money so we can win this competition. Sorry, it's a competitive side coming out. And that's how both of our mornings began. Irina was busy doing her first shift, but I, on the other hand, was just sitting there and just kept refreshing the page to get another shift for today. And let me just tell you, it was not easy. I probably sat there for a good 15-20 minutes refreshing the page with no luck. Until finally, just picked up another shift. And I'm telling you guys, this is gonna give me a really big advantage. My goal was to pick up another shift for at least 2 hours, maybe an hour if they give it to me. But I ended up picking a shift for 2.5 hours. I'm actually at the location right now. I was sitting here waiting for the next shift, and it is currently 11:08 and my shift starts at 11:30. So in 7 minutes, I can check in and go get my packages. These packages all loaded up.
All right, it's 10:17. I have 3 more stops to go. Got my apartments out of the way in the first 2 stops. Sweaty already. Love that for me. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. This one was really easy. It was 1 package and I just had to put it in a locker. Let's move on to my final 3 stops. I believe these are actual homes, so yay for that. Our dog is barking at me, but thankfully they are inside the house. So I actually finished right at 11 o'clock. I'm so glad that I didn't go overtime. Okay, so I'm trying to get a 3rd shift for today. There was one that popped up in Did I? Oh my goodness. No, I thought I missed something. Mikhail told me to look Friday. So I'm glad he mentioned that because I had no idea when like you start kind of looking for shifts or scheduling shifts. And he also said that it can be very competitive. So I scheduled 2 shifts for today on Friday, but I couldn't find an evening time. So right now that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I want to make more money than him. So
I got about an hour and 10 minutes left in this shift, and I have 4 more stops. It's very doable. I'll go deliver these, and then I'm gonna head over to my next shift, which starts at 3 o'clock.
pretty exhausted. I think that this would be extremely difficult to do full-time, like 5 days a week, 8-hour days. There's a lot of moving going on. I just hauled 6 packages to a 2nd floor apartment. Okay, I'm on my way to the pickup location for my 3rd shift. I'm just gonna grab a quick chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell. I feel like since this is a collab with Mikhail, Taco Bell is the best place to get lunch, but I don't have as interesting of an order as he does, so sorry guys.
It's food review time. You guys don't even understand how hungry I am right now. Even though I do say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, sometimes sleep in the morning just overtakes it. But what I'm reviewing today is actually my favorite type of food, which is Mediterranean food. I stopped by Grab a Euro, which is out here in the Taggart area, and look at this. Look at that. Look at that. This right here. This right here. This right here is the definition of Wow. I do this the right way. I know my opinion is going to be very biased right now just because I am starving, but I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. My favorite food out there. And the curly fries? Wow. These curly fries? 9 out of 10.
Okay, so I don't really know where to go, but there's this big Amazon delivery building, and that little sign right there, I know you can't see it, but it says Amazon Flex.
I just pulled up to the Amazon warehouse to pick up packages. My shift starts at 3 o'clock, and currently it's around 2:40. We have people driving in now, and my competitor is 2 cars in front of me. We got to make sure that we win today. We can't lose. Just a reminder, we can't lose. My competitor is right in front of me. Can't fall behind. For this shift, I have 40 packages and they're going to 26 different stops. The good thing about it, it's not 40 stops, it's actually 26 stops. So my first drop-off location is actually very close to my house. I'm actually gonna be delivering all of them, very small radius. There's a good chance I could finish a little bit earlier than 3 hours, but I don't know, we'll see. And hopefully this goes well, because I'm pretty exhausted. But I still gotta get this W.
I'm on my last package. I'm exhausted. I'm completely wiped. This was definitely the most tiring shift out of the 3. I got confused with directions way more than the first 2 shifts, but I'm about to go drop this off and I'll be done for the day, and it is 5:35. My shift technically ends at 6, so I'll finish about 20 minutes early.
Well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This day is finally done. And this competition is complete. And you guys may be wondering, who won this competition? Well, I'm not even sure why you guys are really even asking that question. I think it's pretty obvious. Actually, before I get ahead of myself, I'm not sure exactly who won. The tips for the Prime Now deliveries actually take around 27 hours to come in, so I won't really know who won this competition until 27 hours later. So without waiting any longer, let's fast forward 27 hours. Guys, when times in life come and you have to acknowledge failure, you have to do it. So I want to sincerely apologize
to absolutely nobody.
I mean, I know many of you were probably not even rooting for me in the first place, except, I don't know, maybe my wife. But even then, she probably wasn't. Hopefully she didn't hear that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I took a big, fat L. In the 9 hours that I worked, I ended up making $188 in base pay and $48 in tips. That brought the total gross pay to $236. Right here are the screenshots. If you want to know how much Irina made, go down to the link in the description and watch her video. And while you're at it, click on the subscribe button. She is really close to get to 1,000 subscribers, so we definitely need to get her monetized. So, I don't know, so she can afford food for her cat. All right, where were we? Oh, that's right. I drove about 140 miles total. For this video specifically, I'll show you guys how I calculate expenses a few different ways. So for tax purposes, you can calculate it a few different ways. You can use the actual expenses, for example, the gas expense or the maintenance or the depreciation, or you can use the term called the standard mileage rate, which currently in 2021 allows you to deduct 56 cents for every business mile you have driven. So if we use the standard mileage rate, we would take 140 miles and multiply that by 56 cents. That would give us an expense of $78.40. If you would use the actual expenses, you would include the maintenance, the depreciation, the gas expense, but for the sake of this video, I'm only going to use the gas expense because everything else is a little difficult to calculate. For the car that I drive, which takes about 40 miles per gallon, that would come out to around $14 in gas expenses. So as you can see, in this situation for tax purposes, it's probably more beneficial to use the standard mileage rate just because the expense is going to be a lot higher. First and foremost, I give it to Irina. It was her first day doing Amazon Flex and she absolutely crushed it. But with all that being said, I want you guys to hear me out. I noticed a certain type of trend that I wanted to share with you guys. Hear me out. If you are a female, there is a much higher chance that you're going to receive a higher tip than, for example, me, a male. And I'm not coming up with this conclusion just based on today. In the past, my wife and I would take separate shifts, and every time, and literally every time, she would get higher tips than me. And what today did just reaffirmed my hypothesis. And I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to kind of put that out there before some of you guys say,
"Oh, Mikhail, you're just super lazy and you get all your money from your dad."
Because you're wrong. I get it from my mom. On a serious note though, don't forget to check out Irina's video on her channel where she documented her first first day as an Amazon Flex driver. I truly hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please drop a like and possibly subscribe. And until next time,
До свидания.